some statements that reveal the divinity of Jesus Christ. There are 7 statements in particular whereby Jesus says or shows that he is God. And in those particular statements, all of them, he says, I am. I am. So basically, there are 7 I am statements in the book of John that show the divinity of Jesus Christ. And our focus today is on one of those particular statements. Now, the statement I am was significant to the people of that day because it showed the divinity of God. When you remember in the Old Testament, in the book of Exodus chapter 3 verse 14 thereabout, God appears to Moses and he says, I am who I am. And so in John we come and see these particular statements, and today our focus is on John chapter 14 verse 6, which says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is speaking with his disciples, and the disciples find themselves in a very difficult situation. They've been with Jesus all along, but this particular time, Jesus is telling them that I am going to leave you. And so this particular message from John chapter 14, from verse 1 to all the way as it goes, Jesus is comforting his disciples. He's telling them, I am going to prepare a place for you. And I will come again and receive you to myself. Of course, they've been with Jesus. Jesus has been their shield. Jesus has been their help. But now they are worried because Jesus is leaving them, and they are wondering, who will we remain with? But there is Thomas there who speaks to Jesus, and he asks a question. He asks him, where are you going? We do not know the way to the place that you're going. The destination that Jesus is speaking about is heaven. And that is the place that he's going to prepare a place for all who believe in him. Everyone who considers themselves a Christian, or everyone who has accepted Christ, Jesus says, I am going to prepare a place for you. And much like the disciples, we might find that we do not know the way to that place. We do not know the way to heaven. We may not know the way to God the Father. If you've not interacted with the scriptures, you may not know the way to the Father. For believers who've read their Bible, they understand